If you use Google Calendar, Microsoft Outlook, and Apple Calendar, you've probably noticed they don't talk to each other. In other words, they don't automatically stay in sync. Maybe your work meetings live in Outlook, your personal appointments get added to Apple Calendar on your iPhone, and your Google Calendar is for a side business or consulting work. Because those calendars don't know what's on each other, no single calendar has the full picture of your schedule. In this video, I'll show you how to connect any combination of Google, Outlook, and Apple calendars so they automatically stay up to date with each other. When I say I want these calendars to talk to each other, here's what I mean. If I add a meeting to Outlook, it should automatically appear in Google Calendar and Apple Calendar. If a meeting is added or updated in Google Calendar, those changes automatically appear in Outlook and Apple Calendar too. And if an event is deleted from one calendar, it's automatically removed from the other calendars as well. That's what people mean when they talk about connecting calendars or syncing calendars. It's simply making sure changes made in one calendar automatically and accurately appear in the others. Google, Microsoft, and Apple all offer native ways to connect calendars. You can share calendars, subscribe to calendars, or add multiple calendar accounts to the same app. Those approaches can be useful, but they also have limitations. Depending on the method, you may end up with a read-only calendar, delayed updates, one-way sharing, or manual work to keep multiple calendars accurate. If your goal is for changes made in one calendar to automatically appear in the others, that's exactly what we're going to set up with CalendarBridge. I've already connected my Google, Outlook, and iCloud accounts to CalendarBridge. If you need help with that step, I've linked a separate tutorial below. To connect multiple calendars at once, go to Syncs and click Sync Multiple Calendars. Next, select the calendars you want to keep in sync. I'm choosing my Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, and iCloud Calendar. CalendarBridge automatically creates every sync connection needed between the calendars you select, so you don't have to build each one manually. Next, choose your default privacy settings. This determines what information gets copied between calendars. For example, you can sync full event details, or simply mark yourself as busy if you don't want event details copied. These are just the default settings. You'll be able to review each sync before it's created. Now, review the sync connections CalendarBridge created. This is where you can customize each connection individually. You can choose whether a sync is one-way or two-way, assign colors or tags to copied events, and decide which events should or shouldn't sync. One setting I recommend is using tag like copy. Synced events are read-only copies, so having a visual indicator makes it easy to recognize which calendar contains the original event you'll edit later. Once everything looks the way you want, click Create Syncs. CalendarBridge creates all of the sync connections automatically. Now let's make sure it's working. I'll create a meeting in Google Calendar. A few seconds later, it appears in Outlook and Apple Calendar. Now I'll update the meeting in Google, and those changes are automatically reflected in the other calendars too. Your calendars are now talking to each other. Events created in one calendar are automatically copied to the others. Because these are synced copies, you'll always edit the original event in the calendar where it was created. CalendarBridge automatically keeps the copies in your other calendars up to date.